Today, we go to war. Welcome back to another Bit Legend video. That's right, fellas, we are going to war. I have just woke up, the timer is going to reset soon, and we gotta go punch some faces. Now, this is one of those deadliest, dastardly opponents that we could face, so we might be starting off with quite the difficulty today, but you know what, we're going in. We gotta do what we gotta do. Still showing off the same team, everything is plus 10, except for Gosler Croc is plus 5, and here we go. So high damage, as you can see, 2,000 stamina did not save him. Azure still got one shot. So we're gonna rearrange your team. Myself in the front, Gosler in the back because he got the most health, and a gap in the second slot. Oof, look at that. If we put anybody else in the rear slot, they would not have been able to take that hit. So that's what's going on here. The name of the game here is basically, can we snipe Bop before his pet and his attack all kills everybody, and we're basically racing against the clock here. Target enemy. It's kind of a hard pick to see. Do I choose to try to snipe Bop or to take Swordsman out? We went for Bop there. Looks like it's working for us, so hopefully we can turn this one around. The Iron Dragon can cause some problems, so hopefully we will be able to get to him. And then the Pharaoh in the back also can do some healing, do some damage, so we're gonna take it out. This is the strength of target skills. You guys thought I was screwed in the opener, but hey, it is what it is. Mount skill gets him down, and that gets him out, and then there we go, boom. Wrapping it up, fellas. So I realized I've been saving my elimination tickets. My goal is to save them until I'm strong enough to do hell mode, which is very, very difficult, especially for a tank. But I have 27 tickets, which is around 450 mount materials if I want to do that. And so that means that I could +4 my mount. So we might be doing that. Won't be in this video because that's gonna be a lot of elimination, but I'm trying to decide. Right now the black market is open, and I'm assuming that the black market is only gonna have fusion materials this go around. Was he a tank? I don't think he's a tank, I think he's a DPS. We always wanna kill the player first. The exception might be Swordman that you guys saw. Oops, I accidentally hit the heal skill, but that is Gosler's heal skill, no big deal there. I'm actually gonna put this one on auto. So yeah, in the future, we'll do, I'm kind of leaning towards doing the elimination, getting the mount materials, and then +4ing my mount. I'm not super patient, as you guys can tell, and I would like to start rolling a second mount and see if I can get something amazing on that. I've never seen this guy before, so let's go and figure him out. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do want to wait and see what the black market's going to offer, but I'm assuming, based on the conversations that I've had, I think it's going to all be fusion materials this go around, which is okay. Here you see Jessica over here, the second waifu to enter the monster game. And what do you guys think? It used to be Xeno. They changed the art to Jessica. I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. I kind of grew attached to Xeno because we've been through some difficult times together, as you might imagine. But here we are. So, same guy. Let's do it. But anywho, I have built my team so that I can snipe people out, and it's working. It's not 100% effective, but that might actually just be a sign of relative balance. I mean, if you're winning every single fight all the time, maybe it's not balanced. So, but whatever. We are punching faces, doing stuff, feels good, and hopefully I can get as many points as I can for my team, push a little bit, and try to sway the war in my favor. I like to do a lot of my war attacks right before the timer. And you can see there's 11 minutes on the timer in the corner. If I click on battle report, it shows that we're down a little bit. I should actually be attacking yellow to sway it, but I'm just way the heck over here, and it would waste all of my attacks to try to get over there. So whatever, we're gonna keep punching over here. So all right, Bob's second turn. His second chance. Will we be lucky? Do I have autopilot on? find out now. Okay, good. So there. That is the attack all skill that drops my entire team. Feels bad. We're going to need some deflex to have a chance in this thing. And are we going to see it? There's one deflect. Okay. And then my whole team's dead. All right, great. And then the pet kills me. Pet proc, 9,000 damage. Pet procs ignore all defense. Every single defense. You can't deflect it, you can't dodge it. Even if you deflect or dodge the attack, the pet proc will still hit you. You can't reflect it. Damage reduction does nothing. Resist might do something, but they probably don't. And keep in mind that I am almost, I'm getting up to 1,400 stamina. That pet proc will one-shot me every single time. And that's just kind of how it goes. But game's in early access, so I do hope that they will kind of look at this stuff and tweak it. Not to toot my own horn, but I do believe I am the most geared tank out of all the servers. So if I'm getting blown up, then what are you guys gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Nice little reflect there. Not a lot of damage on that one. My master plan in the medium term, so not short term, not long term, is to get my diversion up as high as possible, and then I want to take Azure out of here, and then I'll put in another attack target. Monster. That's the game plan. Sometimes I'll put him in the back slot, just depending on what I'm facing. If there's a lot of attack rear there, then it's more valuable to have two tanks. But it's kind of what we're working on right now. The one downside that I will say is that my final mech and my Moonlight, they have relatively low stamina even at plus 10, and that's why you saw them get rocked by the 1 SP attack all skill. They just completely get wrecked. And I don't remember if that was a crit or not, but either way, it usually hits very, very hard. Let me just punch him out. Okay, good. But I'll look at their stamina in a second. I knew their stamina was low. The reason why I still suggest them is because, one, I'm fighting at top tier enemies, so the guys that you're fighting should not be as heavily geared as the ones that I'm fighting. Because a Bop is like a top 5 DPS player, so if we drop a couple fights to him, that's going to be okay. But if we look here, Gosler Croc has 585, and then Moonlight and Final have 527. So Gosler was able to survive the attack. These guys were not. But again, the reason why I made those two is because they are so easy to make. It is so easy, free to play or otherwise, to persuade raid epic monsters without using any gold. Literally, I ran raids like 30 times, and I just had the auto persuade on there and it just did it for me, and then there you go. So no real complaints there, super easy, cheap to make, and then you just get a blue or a rare familiar after that, and you're good to go. You're good to go. So if they end up not being perfect, I can just replace them. I'm not going to worry about it too much. The other options is you could go for Hades in Zone 8. So you can go for Hades. He's got more stamina. He has speed bonus instead of triple strike. That actually might be better. And there's a good chance that I'll end up doing Hades sometime in the future. We'll see on that one. Boom, boom. But yeah, he's got a lot more stamina. He's got the speed bonus instead of triple. I like speed for a couple reasons. There's no RNG, so some fights I'll triple strike, some fights I won't. But speed is going to be always consistent for you, so that's pretty good. We got 3 more attacks, boys. I don't know this one. And there is a slight chance that I could probably try to get my attack off before the enemy player goes, because I think if I plus 10 them, they'll have like 1,000 agility stat, and then if you have 22.5 speed, there is a decent chance that I should be able to get my attacks before. And then, so that would be Hades. He's in Zone 8, Dungeon 8, and there is also Steel Armor. Steel Armor, I forget what zone he's in, but the downside of him is he takes fusion materials, and he actually takes the same fusion materials that full armored mech takes, and you can imagine that I don't want to use those. If I'm going to plus 10 full armored mech, I need like 110 of those materials, which is ridiculous. And if I want to do anything with steel armor, come on, then I'm going to need a ton of those too. So I've talked previously, the devs are looking at ways to make those materials more available, so I definitely hope they do that. But I need a ton. It's a ridiculous amount at this point. So what are you going to do? But yeah, so steel armor and Hades would be really fun to use. And they other than the materials, they're not that difficult to get. Y'all sending me all these messages. I'll get to it. Yeah, let's fight this guy. One thing, so I've been doing the Hunger Games, been doing the giveaways. There's a lot of rules to it. You must make sure that your friend requests are enabled, because you can turn off friend requests in your options. So don't do that. You need to make sure that you have space on your friends list. If it's full, then they can't send you an invite. You need to make sure that your requests are cleared. If you have 5 requests, you cannot get any more friend requests. And you need to also make sure that you type your ID correctly. I've had so many issues with this, and I knew it was going to be a problem. I knew 100% it was going to be an issue, but I've had so many issues with that. I'm spending more time dealing with people that have not cleared their friend requests, they have not enabled friend requests, they don't have space on their friends list, they've typed their name wrong, that it slows me down as far as doing new Hunger Games and giving away more friend slots. But I'm not complaining about it, but everybody has to know that. If you're wondering why I'm not doing a ton of friend giveaways super quick, is because you guys are taking forever. Y'all taking forever to give me your ID, type it wrong, you're not enabling friend requests, blah, blah, blah. You guys get what I'm talking about. So I think about almost half the players that have won friend slots have made one of those errors. Now, part of that is it's just kind of how the game works. You only have 50 friend slots, so keeping some space on there is difficult. You can only have 5 friend requests. Why is that? So that can fill up, like, let's say you clear it off at night, you go to sleep, you wake up, you got 5 new friend requests. What are you going to do about that? So it's both sides. It's the players and it's also the system. So I hope that gets changed. There's no reason why we're going to snipe out swordsmen here, or we're going to try to. There's no reason why you should only be able to have 5 pending friend requests. That's just kind of silly. So I get both sides. We're not going to complain about it, but we're going to complain about it. But yeah, let's see. So there is a Hunger Games going on at the time of filming this. And I've got a couple more to go before I can dump all the slots that I have pending. And yeah, we want to get them friend slots out there. We are dedicated to building the community as much as we possibly can. So there we go. Those are all my attacks. Let's look at the battle report. So other people are doing a little bit of work too. So there we go. If you want to see what rank you are, you can always come down here and say, okay, well, this is how many points it takes. So I think I'm working on senior. I think my goal, which I don't really care about this to be honest, it would be cool if I could get to brigadier before the whole thing resets. We got 3 days, so I should probably at least get there. But like I said, don't really put gems in this. It is not rewarding enough to do that. It doesn't really make any sense. Even though in saying that I'm still in like the top 6. Like Eagle Ward's jumped up there. I think like last night he went from 0 to hero, jumping up there. But the rewards that you're getting for the investment is not really there. But I would say definitely do your regen, definitely have some fun with it. But as far as putting gems in here, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Right now it's just kind of for bragging rights. But even when red has like 30 captures over here, so even when red has like 30 captures and we're dominating, the most I've gotten is like 50, maybe 60 gems, which for a free to play is great. But if you put in 500 gems to push your rank up, where were you, senior? Look at us. But yeah, so if you put in like 500 gems and you're getting 60 gems per day, it's like, you're barely. And I know a lot of people have put in a lot more gems than that. So your gems are better spent elsewhere. Awards, click on that. So if right now I'm in the top 25, I got knocked out of top 5, don't really care. So you get materials. Bounty points is cool. I would like to have that. I don't think I'm going to push to stay in the top 5. I'm just going to let it fall. Getting 1 more attribute point, it's nice. The gold is negligible. The action points, that's okay. And then 44 gems is absolutely nothing. They should at least put a 0 on the back of this. Make it 440, then it's almost something. Or, I mean, honestly, the amount of pushing and gems that you'd have to do to be in these top rankings, that should probably be like 4,000 gems or something to make it worth it. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Paying $100 to get $50 back just as an arbitrary example, doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, that is what it is. We are doing the war mode. I like the war mode. I'm excited. I'm also very excited on what the guild boss mode that's going to be added to the game is going to be. I hope that war mode is permanent, and I kind of hope that the guild boss thing is a permanent thing. But, you know, could it possibly get to the point where there's too much stuff to do? Personally, for me, I don't think that concept exists. I'm playing the game because I want to play the game. But anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.